Welcome to I Know Jax, the show that focuses on the fun side of Jacksonville and shows you where to eat local, drink local, and be local. I'm Joe Talentino. Another Thanksgiving has come and gone, and here's something that I learned this year that I didn't know. The first Thanksgiving actually took place in Florida. St. Augustine's settlers celebrated the nation's first Thanksgiving way back in 1565. See, the Spaniards shared a communal meal with the local native tribe following a religious service. And that was 56 years before there was any turkey served in Massachusetts. Florida was first, but of course, there wasn't any turkey served in Florida. They only had salted pork and garbanzo beans for their meal. That doesn't sound tasty at all. Now, I'm thinking we might not want to change the Thanksgiving food tradition. And speaking of food, I recently went to Hobnob in Unity Plaza where I had a fantastic meal. So I'm at the new restaurant Hobnob and hanging out with Chef Roger, and he's gonna make a traditional dish in a sort of a new way.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
We're actually making pancit, which is a classic Filipino noodle dish.
Right.
And we're just gonna make Hobnob's version of it, our version, and we're just gonna make it a little bit upscale. And we're gonna start off by adding our longanisa, which is a Filipino sweet sausage. We want it to be hot and get a nice smoke off it because we want to develop those sugars in the sausage.
Right, so it'll caramelize a bit there.
Absolutely, get nice and caramelized, and it's okay if you start to see some of...
It's not burnt.
No, it's not burnt,
that.
Absolutely. You want it to be that way.
I have to tell my wife that when I cook. It's not burnt, it's just caramelized.
I hear you, Joe. That sounds good. So once we get that going, we start to get the sugars develop on there, and you'll actually see some of it start to caramelize there. That's when we want to add in a little bit of garlic.
Oh yeah, the Italian in me loves that part.
Yes, sir. That'll add the savoriness to that sweetness right there. And then we're going to add in some julienne red onions.
Oh yeah, go crazy.
We want to let that sweat a little bit. Let the onions cook along with the garlic and the sausage.
Heck yeah, absorb all those flavors.
Yes, sir. So once that gets going, we're going to start adding in our vegetables.
So the oil from the meat goes into the onion?
Absolutely. You got a little bit of oil that you start off with the canola oil, and then the sausage will start to sweat a little bit of oil as well.
Very cool.
We've got some julienne snap peas.
Now that is the fancy version. I can see that.
Yes, sir.
Julienne anything goes in.
Yeah. Then we got some julienne carrots that we're going to add in.
Nice.
We're going to give that a stir.
It's pretty, but not too pretty to eat.
Not too
I don't
pretty
believe in too pretty to eat.
No. You always got to be able to eat it at the end. Absolutely.
That's against my religion.
And this is our dinner portion, so we do 7 per entree. But you know, when you got people out there eating, you want your food to be nice and pretty and ready to eat.
And easy
Well,
to
uniform,
eat, yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
You don't want me trying to stuff in that big piece while you're in front of your girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think the date will see that. I used to work for a
it's
chef.
It's already ugly enough to watch me eat, man.
I used to work for a chef named Roy Yamaguchi, and always used to tell me that food's got to be sexy.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be sexy.
I buy that.
All right. We cover a lot of different spectrums of cuisine on our menu, but we want to make sure that we're actually paying homage to that actual culture, and we're not twisting it so much that it doesn't
that you don't recognize it. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, all we're doing is we're adding some ingredients to it to make it a little bit more upscale and something to fit into ours. So we just added in a little bit of pancit sauce, which is a sweet soy reduction, and that's going to give it that whole umami flavor. And then we're going to start to add in our rice noodles.
Gotcha.
And rice noodles, unlike most pastas, are really light. They're not heavy, so when you get done eating the dish, even though it seems like a lot,
you can eat a lot of them.
You can eat a lot of it, you know. I know there's been times where I've eaten pancit 3-4 days in a row and never got sick of it.
No, exactly. Sort of like pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You don't get tired of that.
Exactly. Who gets tired of pizza? We've got a lot of items on our menu where we intentionally make them the way that you could sit them in the center of the table, and people could come in and share that appetizer or that entree, and it lets everyone get together and have a good time and socialize. You know, that's the whole concept behind Hobnob is that we want to get people in here to not be so serious about the cuisine and not be so stuffy, but at the same time sit down and have fun.
Oh, beautiful. That's the up a notch part.
That's the up a notch part. You know, if you grew up eating this dish, which I obviously did a lot, you can tell that what we've done here in adding all these different ingredients and the colors plays off well.
Right.
And makes it a little bit more upscale than what you're used to growing up and eating. What we do is we finish that with a little bit of julienne scallion.
Got ya.
All right, some fresh lemon wedge, just for extra zest if they want to add that to their pancit, and then we put a little bit of fresh lemon juice on ourselves.
And that brightens the whole dish.
Oh yeah,
up.
it makes it even lighter than what it already is. So
and that mixed with the umami is also another thing, right?
It is. You know, and this is a dish that you can eat all year round, including in the summer, and you don't feel like it's a heavy dish.
Right. Well, talk to me about some of the other dishes that you guys have, and and sort of the philosophy behind it.
So our philosophy behind it is that we make sure that everyone that works in our kitchen, from myself to the sous down, are involved on the menu.
Right.
We have everything from Asian to French to Italian. All the sous have at least one dish on our menu.
Cool.
So that gets people involved.
Some ownership, right?
Absolutely, some ownership, and they don't feel like they're just here as a body, you know what I
Right.
mean? They've got a lot of say-so in the creativity of our menu, and I think that helps us drive our menu to have it so multicultural.
Chef Roger made this incredible pancit for us back in the kitchen, and of course the white wine steamed mussels and this really, really ugly charcuterie board. Look at this thing, man, it's like a piece of art. And then the guys at the bar couldn't be outdone, so they made me a thing called a healer because they feel like I need to be healed. All right here at Hobnob. Next, I'm gonna see Garen in the bar. You had to get the dry ice.
Dry ice. Yeah.
While we wait,
Sorry.
let's talk about something else. At Hobnob, it was easy for me to blend in. Heck, even in the bar. Don't try this out.
Right? Kids, watch what I'm doing.
Now we're ready. So I'm hanging out in the bar here with Garen, and he's going to make something that's pretty incredible called the smoking
gun,
right?
yes, sir.
And this is something that you guys have invented, right?
Yes, sir. We came up with here at the bar. This is our bar manager Marlon's cocktail.
He doesn't know how to mix a drink, does he?
Yeah, no. I tell him everything he knows. Tell him everything he knows.
Well, teach me, man.
Of course,
I'm ready.
of course. All right, all ears. No, we're going to start out with a little lemon juice.
Lemon, gotcha.
Then what's called an oleosaccharum. Now, an oleosaccharum literally means oily sugar.
Gotcha.
What we do
How
is
do you
we
make
make a syrup out of the rinds of lemon, lime, and grapefruit juice.
Okay.
So we're using the essential oils instead of the juice
Gotcha.
to flavor this.
Interesting.
As well as a vanilla bean,
Got it. Oh,
of course.
a little fancy bit.
Yeah, we gotta get weird with it, of course.
Totally, we're gonna get
Yeah,
totally
absolutely.
weird with it by the time it's all over, I can tell.
And we got some fresh orange juice as well,
Heck yeah. Sunshine State.
and then some peach tea. So
Gotta
we got the
represent
Sunshine
Georgia,
State, and
gotta
then we got
have
the peach
Georgia,
state.
gotta have
Exactly,
it.
exactly. The southeastern region. We gotta
We're ready.
get them
I
all.
grew up on team, man.
There we go. All right. We have a local Florida-made vodka.
Digging it. Sure that was enough? I'm just
A little bit. No, don't worry, we're getting there. We're getting there. A ginger liqueur,
cool.
and then my favorite, rye whiskey.
Heck yeah. Little, nice. Yeah.
There we go. Now we want to dry shake this.
So dry
Because-
shake, no ice.
Dry shake means you're mixing the cocktail without ice.
Gotcha.
So what we're doing here is we're just mixing the ingredients
Got you.
without chilling or watering down any of the
Okay.
ingredients. Now I've got a tea diffuser with a little magic in there. Shake up the
Shake it.
ingredients. Ice this down. Now what my magic little ball in there is filled with dry ice. So as I pour the cocktail
Don't try this at
into
home.
the glass, don't try this at home.
Come here.
Yeah, exactly. It's right here. As I pour the cocktail into the glass, it's going to chill because of the ice. It's going to be diluted because we're using the peach tea.
Gotcha.
And it's going to bubble from the dry ice.
That's beautiful. Some mad scientist stuff.
There we
going on
are.
right there.
Joe, here's our smoking gun.
You know what? Everybody asks me where I'm going with my gun in my hand.
I said, well, now they know. Now
Here
they
it
know.
is, the smoking
He's
gun.
coming to Hobnob.
It's funny how different families have different traditions for the holidays. Now, especially when it comes to food. We used to have turkey, but mainly, I just love the stuffing. I think I almost love stuffing more than turkey, and I have to have cranberry sauce with it, and of course, lots of gravy because, well, I'm Southern. But you won't see me eat pumpkin pie. I just don't do pumpkin. Pecan pie is my favorite. I actually love all the fall flavors like apples, pecans, cranberries, butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, corn. See, corn is one of my favorites too. And here's a question for you. What else can you make with corn? We'll see what you can come up with after the break. Okay, I asked what you can make with corn, and I'm sure you thought of things like corn on the cob, grilled corn, cream corn, succotash, cornbread, popcorn, and all of those are correct. But did you know that you can also make vodka from corn? And that's what Carve Vodka is doing right here in Jacksonville. Here's another tasty drink recipe from Carve.
Today we're going to be making a Carve Mojito. First you're going to need some lime and some mint leaves. Squeeze about 2 lime quarters in there. Throw a little bit of mint. Do a little muddle of that. Put an ounce of simple syrup. 1.5 ounces of Carve vodka. Put a scoop of ice in. Mix it in your container. Get you a fresh scoop of ice. Mixed with soda water. Straw, lime, and mint. And you've got your Carve Mojito.
We're hanging out at the Women Bar on this beautiful day down at the beach and drinking a little Carve vodka, and Crystal was nice enough to make us a mojito, but it's not traditional mojito because we're using vodka in it.
We are using vodka,
And
Carve vodka.
Did you know when you made Carve, or did you think when you made Carve that you'd be replacing rum as drinking such traditional things like this?
That was not the plan.
But hey, you don't hate it when it happens, right?
I don't hate it at all. I don't hate it when I drink it. And the more drinks it's in, the better. So,
Right.
yes.
Well, I'm gonna have to give it a little taste test here, see if it sucks or not. Oh,
good.
that does not suck.
Yeah, I can
Does
definitely
not
taste
suck.
the mint in there.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yep. Thank
Is
you,
it-
Crystal. Thank you.
I was gonna say, is it rum or is it whiskey that's in mojitos?
It's rum.
Okay.
It's a Cuban.
Well, then I guess I'm just making it with anything I have in there.
It's a Cuban national drink, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You go down to South Florida, and that's what you're going to get is a mojito, and then it's usually with a dark rum.
See, I learned something new about drinks every day.
Absolutely.
I should hang out with you
You're
more
welcome.
often.
So tell me about Carve and how you guys make it. I know you're a small operation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's it made of? Tell me the process.
It's real small. It's distilled from 100% corn. It gives it a sweeter taste. It's
little
gluten
smoother.
free.
Yeah. Gluten free.
Gluten free. That's a big
Is it
thing.
vegan
these
as well?
days. I don't know. No,
No.
actually, I guess it would be. There are actually some drinks that filter their products with bone.
Right.
And we filter ours with coconut carbon filters.
So you are vegan.
Yeah, we are.
So you don't use isinglass or any of that stuff that those other guys do.
No, we don't. It's a very simple process. We distill it 7 times, and then
7 times.
7 times.
That's why it's so smooth.
That is. The more you distill it, the more harmful chemicals you're taking out.
Yep.
And you just get a cleaner product.
Yep.
Then the real trick is the filtration process. We filter it 3 times through coconut carbon, which really brings up things.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do blind taste tests all the time, even compared to all the big brands out there, and we're doing really well because of that. So.
I can say Tito's. Sorry, buddy. Not happening for you. Havana is the birthplace of the mojito, and traditionally it's made with white rum, sugar cane, lime juice, soda, and mint. Now, I said dark rum because when I was in Miami years ago, I got introduced to it by a friend of mine who's Cuban, and he used dark rum and sugar cane. For us here in Florida, an interesting note is that there was a similar alcoholic drink called the El Drake, named after Sir Francis Drake. It's also said that it was one of Ernest Hemingway's favorites. So order a mojito next time. It's a real classic.
The most noteworthy, in my opinion, is the 3-inch heart pine that we used for our bar. So that wood came from Eco Relics, but was harvested from the Dial-Up Church in downtown Jacksonville, which is on the historic registry building. Gosh, I mean, you know, this is a pretty sturdy, pretty durable material, and we're really proud to have a bar built out of it. You know, we've tried to derive meaning from things and build backstory for people so they understand the richness and the thoughtfulness for which we built this restaurant. Not only, you know, using my family's recipes, but also all the tables being hand-built, things like that. I mean, there's a lot of love that went into this place, and, you know, we hope that comes out in our food and in the space.
That's it for this week's show. I'll be back next week with another episode of I Know Jax. And until then, I'll see you on the internet. I hope you enjoyed the video. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Now, if this is your first time watching an iknowjax.com video, I would love to have you subscribe so that I can continue to help you find fun things to do in the Jacksonville area. Every weekday, I do a daily video update to remind you of the things that are happening this week. Plus, we do features on great restaurants in the River City and a weekly video calendar of events to help you plan for awesome experiences. And last but not least, every week we create a new full-length episode on all the best places to eat local, drink local, and be local. So subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.